Hello and welcome. You're watching the morning news show on CNN News 18. I'm Sakshi Singh Litoria, and in the next 1 hour, I'll be bringing you all the latest news and developments from across the globe. Starting the bulletin right off with some weather updates coming in. Now, Noida and the Delhi-NCR region are currently experiencing the devastating impact of heavy rainfall, causing widespread waterlogging and bringing life to a standstill. Reports indicate that many areas in Noida are affected by waterlogging, disrupting transportation and daily activities for residents. The situation is equally dire in the heart of Delhi, with waterlogging being reported at multiple locations, including ITO. The stretch from Mandi House to Ashram to ITO is severely affected, with knee-deep waterlogging making movement almost impossible. Now, residents are advised to exercise caution and avoid unnecessary travel until the water recedes and normalcy is restored. It is crucial to prioritize safety and cooperate with emergency services to manage this crisis effectively. In response to the ongoing heavy rainfall and the subsequent waterlogging situation in Noida and its surrounding areas, the Noida District Administration has taken a significant step to ensure the safety of students and staff as well. I have CNN News 18's Anshul joining me on the phone line. Anshul, a very good morning to you. Could you give us more details about the situation on ground, as well as is there any official guidelines coming into the play as the traffics are concerned?
So yes, more than me speaking about the situation, I'll just try and show you in the visuals the kind of situation that has developed out here in Noida. Currently, I'm reporting from around the Maya flyover, which is one of the most busiest area out here in Noida. Basically, this road leads to the national capital, and you can see the kind of flooding that has happened in this entire area. Vehicles have been stuck in the water that has collected over here. Now, remember, since last night, there has been no official confirmation that has come in at this point in time to make sure that people do not travel from their houses. And since people woke up this morning, they are seeing this kind of flooding that has happened out here in Noida, definitely raising a lot of questions upon the preparations that were made by the Noida authority to make sure that flooding does not happen. Remember, we have been reporting over the last 2 weeks of how the entire Delhi-NCR region has been flooded by the water that has spilled off from the river Yamuna. But yes, this time around, the water that you are seeing around me is the water that has been collected because of the rains that has lashed the national capital over the last few hours, and this is the scenes that we are seeing across national capital. So yes, to our viewers who are watching CNN News 18 at this point in time, this is the kind of situation that has developed, and people who are traveling to their offices must make sure that they have the requisite amount of time in their hand to make sure that they reach their offices on time, because flooding traffic is something that has become really very common out here in Noida. Not only in Noida, but yes, each and every vehicle, each and every road that is leading towards national capital is absolutely flooded. So yes, it remains to be seen as to if at all the local authorities will come on spot and will try to vacate people from here, because people are getting stuck in the water that has collected over here at this point in time. So yes, in the next few hours, we are expecting the local authorities to finally step in. But yes, the first direction has come in from the Noida authorities, which has said that all these schools in Noida has been asked to take an off today because of incessant rain and heavy rains that have lashed the NCR region over the last 3 to 4 hours. And it is just rain that has happened over the last 3 to 4 hours, and you can see the kind of water logging that has happened out here, absolutely telling the story of how civic apathy and mindless urban development has made sure that people are stuck in traffic. The roads are flooded, making sure that no one is allowed to reach their offices. The schools have been closed, but yes, the next few hours are going to be very, very crucial, as the Noida authorities have already declared that schools are closed. But yes, people traveling to their offices will still have to travel to their offices in this massive flooding that has happened out here in Noida. But yes, the local authorities have confirmed to us that in the next few hours they'll start the evacuation processes, and they'll make sure that pumps are placed in such places which are known for heavy traffic. So this area in which I am standing currently is known for its heavy traffic, and in the next few hours we are expecting that pumps would be deployed over here, making sure that the water that has collected over here, this water is thrown out somewhere.
Okay. Anshul, I would request you to please hold on and stay at a safer place. I have CNN News 18's Anvid Srivastav joining me live on the broadcast as well. Anvid, can you give us more details about the situation around you? Also, Anshul mentioned that evacuation processes are underway. Could you give us more details about that as well?
See, evacuation processes are on, particularly in areas which are affected by Hindon River, because that is swollen. Also, because Yamuna had been flowing above the the normal level. Last night the mark was 205.45 meters. So that is also one area of concern for the civic authorities and police. Like last time we saw in Noida police and administration had carried out extensive rescue operations in the low-lying areas. But right now in the area we are, see, this area currently is not as worse affected as Anshul has reported from the other areas. But close from here, the areas where low-lying areas of Hindon, they certainly are submerged, and many cars have been submerged, many houses are submerged. But like Anshul previously mentioned, Noida Civic Authority has declared, administration has declared that schools will be shut. You can see the school buses are now returning students because they had picked up students early morning. Now they are returning students back to their houses, and that is one thing that we have learned is happening. A lot of school buses are plying in the area, but all because of the rains. Civic authorities and administration have also said that they are keeping an eye on the situation, and as situation, if it worsens, they are trying to to control it. But they are saying that if need be, more and more evacuation teams will be deployed. So far there has not been any need of deploying NDRF like the last time, but yes, they are keeping an eye, and if need be, those agencies will also be roped in.
Well, Anvit, I would request you to please hold on, because I'm going back to Anshul, who continues to report live from the ground zero. Anshul, do we know anything about the timeline till when this issue has been, this alert has been issued particularly? And what about the issue alert that has been sounded off for the people living in Noida? Is that a red alert or is that an orange alert for the people living in Noida?
So yes, there is no specific instruction that has been given to any person in Noida, because remember, this rain was not happening till late last night. This rain started in this morning, and over the last 3 to 4 hours we have seen this heavy rains that have lashed the entire NCR region, and that is the reason why the authorities were also not prepared to sound any kind of bugle to make sure that people do not step out of their houses. But since this morning, over the last 2 to 3 hours or probably 4 hours, this rain has constantly been pouring in, and that is the reason why we are seeing such a situation that has developed in the entire NCR region, be it Noida, be it Ghaziabad. Remember, Noida and Ghaziabad, the places that were close to the Hindon River, that were already flooded over the last 3 to 4 days. Now, since rains has happened, people were expecting that they would get some sort of relief once the water level starts to deteriorate. Now, since the rains have happened, we are seeing these kind of situations that have developed across the NCR region, and this is proving to be a havoc task, especially for the commuters who have to travel to their offices, because remember, the offices are still open, although the local authorities have ordered that schools will be closed because of rains. But yes, the people who are traveling to their offices, those offices are still open, and people have to still travel towards their offices. And this is the scene that we are reporting to you at 8 a.m. this morning. Generally, this road does not get choked up at 8 a.m. this morning, but yes, eventually during the peak hours the roads get choked up due to traffic. But yes, this is the kind of situation that has developed and is proving to be an absolutely horrific situation for the locals out here. The authorities have not confirmed anything at this point in time, if at all the people will be allowed to work from home or something like that. None of the decisions has come up from the authorities at this point in time, and that is the reason why we are seeing such massive traffic snarl that have already happened out here in Noida at 8 a.m. in this morning. So you can see in the visuals out here the kind of flooding that has engulfed this entire area. This is absolutely shocking, because remember, this is not the water that has trickled out of Yamuna or from the Hindon River because of the flooding or overflowing of that river. This is the water that has gathered over here because of the drains that are closed in this entire area, and the drains are not successful enough to make sure that this water gets drained out easily, and there is no water logging.